Unknown Burrito is currently one of the highest players in Legends League and absolutely crushing it with this attack strategy. The attack strategy has been covered by a few other channels as well as a few other YouTubers already, but no one has had the possibility to take a look at his personal attacks until now. Unknown Burrito shared a few of his replays as well as a few of his live attacks exclusively for us, so let's take a look at it right now. The army he is using for his Legends League attacks cannot be simpler. The army basically consists of 16 dragons in combination with 12 invisibility spells and a recall spell in the clan castle. And for his siege machines, he only brings either a blimp or a stone slammer, nothing else. For his heroes, he's bringing the Archer Queen, the Grand Warden, the Minion Prince, as well as of course the Royal Champion with the equipments and pets you see on the screen right now. But now let's take a look at how he does approach each and every base. So let's first start off with this diamond base from Anim. And if I were to be honest, I would not like to attack this base. It looks very nasty. But now let's take a look at how Unknown Burrito approaches it. He goes in from the bottom side, next to the town hall with his royal champion, wants to charge out the town hall with his royal champion and then move forwards into the base. As I said already in the last video, with the royal champion charge, you want to always make the building invisible before the RC completely takes it out, so the RC targets another defense. And with the aura damage from the earthquake boots, from the electro boots, the buildings around the royal champion actually get finished off. So that's very nicely done here by Unknown Burrito. And just take a look at how far the royal champion moves into the base, even takes out the second multi-archer tower, and with the aura damage also the ricochet cannon gets taken out, and also giant bomb, or well, the mega bomb gets taken out as well. And then you just recall your royal champion to have it in the next stage of the attack as well. He perfectly lures the clan castle with his queen to take care of that clan castle together with a few dragons, and then just spams in every single dragon from the right hand side. You don't need to think about it too much. Your royal champion did a lot of the funneling, so you can just spam in your dragons on one of the sides and they will find their way through the base. You don't really have to think about it pathing too much. Just drop a few dragons on the outside. So for example, in this base on the right hand side of 3 o'clock. And those dragons, most of the dragons will go into the base. And just take a look at this ability from the Minion Prince. Absolutely everything gets frozen, gets slowed, and it's just insane how much value that Minion Prince got on this base. If you have a stack core, it is getting so much value. The Minion Prince is such an underrated hero. It's incredibly strong with dragon attacks. And now you can already see why the Royal Champion gets recalled. Because on the Royal Champion, next to the Electro Boots, you also have the Rocket Spear. And with the Rocket Spear, you can snipe out a few of the defenses on the outside without the RC getting too much damage. If there isn't an X-bow or a ground X-bow there, then the RC can basically outrange absolutely everything and take out a few more defenses, helping those dragons move through the base. And with that, you have very neat 3 stars. Now let's take a look at yet another attack, and this time on this box base from Whiny, with the invisibility and the rage tower in the core, so a relatively ugly setup in the core. Whiny, also being a fellow content creator, makes great content. I can only advise you, if you're German, take a look at his streams. They are perfect. I absolutely love the guy. But now let's take a look at the attack from Unknown Burrito. Goes in from the right hand side and wants to move his way towards 6 o'clock. So from 3 o'clock he wants to move his way to 6 o'clock to make a perfect funnel for his dragons. If the whole right hand side or the bottom side is gone, then you actually have a very neat pathing into the core of the base. A few dragons will then probably go to the core and lure the invisibility tower, and once the invisibility tower is lured, then a few more dragons will fly over and take out the core. But let's take a look at how this works out. Still has 3 of his invisibility spells to perfectly take out everything. Now even takes out the multi-archer tower, and then once the last invisibility has been thrown and wears off, instantly recall the Royal Champion. You have to be very quick on this. You want to instantly recall your Royal Champion so she doesn't take a ton of damage. And once again, just drop in your dragons. It doesn't matter too much how you drop them. You want to funnel a little bit with a few dragons on the side as well as in this case with the RH Queen. RH Queen, you can just instantly use the ability, and then the funneling for your dragons has of course been set. And once the dragons take the most portion of the damage, so that would be right now close to the town hall, that's when you Grand Warden ability. RC on the backhand with the rocket spear snipes out the scatter shot. Scatter shot easily gets taken care of. And now just take a look at this minion prince ability. He perfectly saved it up for the core, so the few dragons together with the minion prince can easily take care of the core of the base, because, well, if everything gets slowed from the minion prince dark orb, there is not much damage left in that core, even though it's a very, very heavy damage setup. With the dark orb, everything gets slowed down so much, and with that, the minion prince can easily take care of the core, and then the base is just completely gutted. Such an overkill, so many dragons are still left alive. This attack strategy is just so incredibly easy and crushing. Quick reminder, if you're planning on buying any in-game items, then make sure that you're always using a credit code to support this channel. Code RHBB would of course be much appreciated. And now let's take a look at a live attack from Unknown Burrito as well, which would be on this very, very popular double invis base. Double invis base is probably the strongest base type against the Royal Champion walk, because you can, well, distract the Royal Champion. Once the invisibility towers get lured, your RC can just move out of the way and be gone forever and not take out the value you want to take out. But in this specific case, he perfectly avoids the invisibility towers. Well, he triggers the invisibility towers and then his RC walks back into the invisibility tower range. And on those very, very clumped up compartments, you can see how much work the Electro Boots are doing. They are doing so much splash damage with the aura. And now the compartment was gone in no time. It just melted. The invisibility tower compartment just completely melted. Now the monolith also gets taken care of, as well as the fire spitter. And once the fire spitter has been taken out, he of course instantly recalls the Royal Champion and then sends in a few dragons together with the queen on the right hand side to once again take care of the clan castle. And then just all of his dragons in a straight line. Very easy, very simple to funnel his dragons into the core of the base. The setup for these attacks are just incredibly simple, and all those dragons will then move together once they've taken care of all of those sides. You want all of those dragons will clump up together, and that's exactly when you're going to use the Grand Warden ability. When all of these dragons are inside of the range of the Grand Warden and are going into the core of the base, where of course the most damage is. With that, the core easily gets overpowered. RC once again on the backhand with the rocket spear. With that, the backhand of the base has also been taken care of. RH Queen is also still alive. All of his 4 heroes are still left alive. And with that, easy peasy 3 stars. And here we have this anti-2-star base with the double rage tower setup. And at first glance, this base looks incredibly tough to crack with dragons. But of course, no base is too hard for Unknown Burrito. He has a strategy for every single base. And that's right, he's going in from the 4 o'clock side, so from the bottom side, and he wants to make his way into the core of the base, where he wants to take out the town hall as well as a few more defenses. But the town hall is the main goal, and everything extra besides the town hall would of course be considered a bonus. Once again, you want to make the buildings invisible before the RC fully takes them out. Like for example, now the Rage Tower as well as the Fire Spitter easily get taken out by the aura from the Royal Champion. And he got so lucky in this case that the ability from the Royal Champion doesn't get completely triggered. So the RC survives throughout the attack. Or well, still has the Rocket Spear, which he wants to use in the backhand, of course, as in every single attack before. Once again, just send in your RH Queen with the giant arrow, instantly use the giant arrow, and then just spam in every single one of your dragons next to your RH Queen. And once the dragons take a lot of damage, which would be near the Rage Tower on this specific base, that's of course when you use your Grand Warden ability. And after you use the Grand Warden ability, that's mostly when you're going to use the Minion Prince ability. You want to save the Minion Prince ability for as long as possible, so when those dragons take a lot of damage once the Warden ability has already been used. You still have the Minion Prince ability to slow down all of those defenses. Just take a look. The Archer Queen has been slowed. That whole Rage Tower setup has been slowed in those dragons, even though they don't have the healing from the Grand Warden anymore, even though the Eternal Tome is already worn off. They can easily overpower this section of the base and therefore getting nice 3 stars once again. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Once again, I was able to learn something. Army link, as always, if you want to try it out yourself, is in the description of the base. Much love to Unknown Burrito for exclusively sharing his attacks for us. We really appreciate it. With that, I would say see you guys very soon with the next video. Until then, take care and bye bye.